This week I'm going to demonstrate making a small mold for a tiny sculpture of a human hand using a two-part rubber mold. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button because I'll be having a lot more tutorials and how-to videos coming out here in the future. I had to be really careful with this little hand because I was using number 3 hardness of clay to sculpt it. There's a video on the clay and there's also a video of me sculpting this particular hand. You can check those out on my channel if you like. So to do this I had to poke a little pin through my box here on the bottom so that I could set the hand in there like that. This is a little enclosure to hold in that rubber, and it has to be almost watertight. So I closed one end of it. I used a hot glue gun at my friend's shop here that I'm going to be working with. And then I mixed both parts of the rubber. I'll put a link to this rubber in the description below. Now if you ever use this stuff, make sure you keep it at room temperature. Having it too hot or too cold can affect the setup time on it, or it can lead to the mold not reacting at all and just remaining sticky and runny instead of becoming firm. So I mix 2 parts equally and then I mix it up consistently. It'll be pretty runny, but it won't be quite like water. It'll have more viscosity than that, but it will run if you let it sit and there's any leaks. I'd just go ahead and fill around the bottom of the hand and slowly let that rubber rise up. I don't want to crush the hand or cause it to fall over. Remember what I said in last week's video about this being an art. I'm shortening up all the footage, and this is also a very small, simple project. Molding takes a lot of experience though, and it takes many hours. Sometimes the molding will actually cost more than the casting for a bronze sculpture. And outsourcing your casting and molding can be very expensive. It's important to remember all the different steps and the time and the cost for all the supplies for the sculpting, molding, and casting and finishing whenever you're purchasing a bronze sculpture. I'm working on this project with a friend who's very skilled in casting bronze. So these pieces should be available this spring or maybe even earlier. I'll have these bronze hands listed on my website if you want to check those out. Once that's filled, I just have to let it cure, and then we will pull that hand out and use the mold to pour in wax to duplicate the hand. From there we use the lost wax method to cast the hand in bronze metal. I'll be putting out some more videos on that. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week.